would be the most cooperative. This is the Sports Porch, Black and Gold, with your hosts, the technical director, the Grand Schwabini, and Hockey Jesus. Come on, Pittsburgh. Let's show a little Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates love. The Sports Porch Black and Gold starts now. All right, so before we get started tonight, I just want to get this clear. You're pretty sure that they've already been inside me. They're in me. The people, the computers, the whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bots. The bots are already inside of you.
That's what it was. The bots.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They've overtaken me because I would rather not think anymore.
Correct. You decided you didn't want to think before this show.
That's right.
Everything is done by computers.
Yep.
That's
and they're
exactly
inside of you doing the things, which is why the audio sounds great tonight.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Does the audio sound great tonight? Now you've got me completely paranoid.
Oh, that's just
don't worry about it. The bots handled it.
Yeah, the bot will take care of it.
The bots handled it.
You don't have to worry. We're on cruise control the rest of the night.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's get the show started then. This is the Sports Porch Black and Gold.
You bet it is.
We are live right now on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook because we're getting some more people there, and we should be live there.
We should go where the people
are. And we're live on X. So if you haven't already, if you found us for the first time, click that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on X. And of course, we always drop this into a podcast right after the show on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get your friggin' podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear from you. Send your questions, rants, and porch stories to ogsportsporch@gmail.com. That's in the ticker down below here. And join the conversation. We want your comments. So, hey, guys, we're going to start with Hockey Gold, right? USA Hockey Gold.
Yeah. That you have to start with. That.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a poll that I'm putting up on YouTube actually right now to start the show. It's a really simple question. I think the answer is going to go one way. I think you guys are going to agree with me, but I still think it's a fun question. So was this gold medal in hockey, was it bigger than the 1980 gold medal? I mean, for me, no.
Of course not.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
But let's just see, because there's a lot of younger people that don't remember that game.
Well, right.
It's a good point.
I have heard from a lot of people who weren't alive to watch the 1980 that this was like the greatest hockey game they've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. And given the fact that everybody was pretty much convinced from, local Pittsburgh, because, obviously huge connection with the Canadian team and Sidney Crosby, the best player in hockey, all the way through it. Nobody thought the U.S. had a chance to beat Canada. They thought they could make the gold medal round, but most people thought Canada had the better team.
Sure.
So,
I mean, some people thought they could win, but the way I sort of look at it, I would say if these two teams played 10 times, I would say Canada wins 8.
I'd say 7.
USA wins 2.
I'd say 7-3, but yeah, same neighborhood.
Same kind of thing.
And that would be if they had all their healthy players and we had all our healthy players.
Right.
There'd be probably 3 games, maybe 2 games where the goalie would steal the game, which is what exactly happened in the gold medal game.
Right.
And one where, we just outgunned them.
Right.
That's really what it would be.
But the reality is, if you actually watched the game, I mean, Canada controlled the game.
From the midway through the second period on, yes, 100%.
They were pretty dominant. They just couldn't get the puck in the net. And actually some of their superstars had opportunities that they really blew, like McDavid coming in on a breakaway.
Yep. He got caught from behind.
Never really got a shot off. McKinnon with the open net.
Yep.
Was just brutal.
Taves right out in front.
Taves,
with the stick save by Hellebuck. Yep.
Go down as one of the greatest saves ever.
It is one of the all-time greatest. Because when he shot that, you were like, did he hit the post? I didn't hear anything. And because it went this way, but the puck went that way. And you're like, did he shoot it through his legs? Like, what happened?
Like,
and you see him stick his stick back, and it just banks right off of it. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it was, it was just one of those games. Like, first off, the first goal was pretty unbelievable.
Oh yeah, Boldy.
The way he flicked it to himself to get through those two guys.
I thought Edzo's analysis of that was just absolutely brilliant. Because that's what he's doing. He's just thinking, okay, I'm just going to flick it that way. And then he saw an opening and he was like, well, if you're not going to go get it, I'm just going to keep on it. You know, I thought that was really smart. And he's such a young player too. You think about Minnesota Wild having him and having Quinn Hughes on that team. I mean, they're poised to do some things in the playoffs. Nobody knows that because nobody really watches Minnesota because they're in Central Time Zone, which is too bad. Because at least Quinn Hughes got out of Vancouver. Nobody was watching him in Vancouver except for probably everybody in Canada. Just a great game. I think the turning point of that game clearly was the 5-on-3. That 5-on-3, they get the penalty, and you're like, oh crap, you know. And then Hughes gets the second penalty, right? He gets the high stick in the Horvat, and you're like, oh boy. And then they only had a minute, but I'm telling you, winning draws in your end on a 5-on-3 are the absolutely most important thing. 100%, because you're gonna lose 15-20 seconds, even with McDavid bringing the puck back up the ice. And then when they didn't give them any rebounds, and the rebound control was brilliant, and they jumped on the rebounds and just sent them out. Just brilliant. Absolutely great penalty killing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, to be honest with you. I thought for sure they'd get one out of those two. After they got out the 5-on-3, you're still like, oh, okay, don't loosen up. You still have to play this team very tight when you got McKinnon and McDavid, Celebrini out there. My God.
Yeah. That's when, some strategy actually, I think, really did pay off. They left a few guys off that roster, like Cole Caulfield, like guys who can really score.
Jason Robertson.
But they replaced them with like those guys who killed the 5-on-3 penalty.
I mean, that was the way they wanted to play. They wanted to play that checking style. They knew that they brought in JT Miller and Vinny Trocheck, formerly from Pittsburgh, both of those guys. And they said, you're going to be our penalty killers. And they did a brilliant job. They did. Honestly, where the difference would have been, where Sid would have made a difference had he have been playing, would have been in the face-off circle. He's great at face-offs. I think he wins probably one or two of those face-offs that happen inside of there. And if he wins the first one and they got that puck for a minute in their own zone on a 5-on-3, they're almost guaranteed to score.
Well,
that's a big deal.
Crosby's also not afraid of the moment where it seemed, I'm not saying that McKinnon and McDavid were afraid of the moment, but they don't always come through in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And it's a mystique, Right. It's just an aura that he has about him. And it's because he's been around so long and he just doesn't get rattled by it. You know?
Listen, this is a huge story right now. Let's talk about the MVP.
Okay.
Connor McDavid?
Yeah, or
Hellebuck.
It was Connor McDavid. They announced it.
I know that. But there's a lot of people.
They said that?
Yeah.
Yes. But there's a lot of people, right, who have your reaction. Where have you been, Brian Schwabini?
Dude, I mean...
It wasn't announced like they just announced it kind of after it's all over. They're like, by the way, he was the MVP of this of the whole series.
There's question marks about it.
Yeah, well, I question it, of course.
And I'm dropping a comment about this in both on Facebook and YouTube. So respond to this comment. Who's your MVP? How do you feel about it? But go ahead. You just found out. So interesting.
No, it surprises me. No, look, I do get it that I'm sure he led all the Olympics in points. I'm sure that's why.
Clearly.
Right. But when you come up small in the big game, you can't get the MVP of the tournament. I'm sorry, you can't. So I would have went with Connor Hellebuck, the U.S. goaltender, because he was pretty damn good through the whole tournament, and
he stood on his head to play goalie.
And in the gold medal game, he was the difference.
Yeah,
I mean, like 40 some saves.
Yeah,
against really
the best players.
The best players in hockey.
Yeah. Minus Sidney Crosby, but hey, the rest of them were pretty good.
Right. Yeah. So that's a travesty.
Yeah.
Like what is it like? Anything we can do to make McDavid not feel like a runner-up.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, McDavid's great at this, by the way,
right?
Because he won the Conn Smythe last year when they lost the cup.
Did he?
Yeah,
did he too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
it's
ridiculous.
So
he's winning all these accolades.
Right.
I can promise you that he would rather have the Stanley Cup and the gold medal and only score 3 points.
Right.
But the reality is, I don't know if it's a curse yet, to be honest with you. He's just got to figure it out, and he's got to work through it. You can't be sourpuss about it, and that's what he's starting to get known for, is like he can't win the big game and he can't do it. Hey, look, I forgot his name. Our captain, the guy who plays up in Toronto, he hadn't won anything before he won the gold medal this year.
Right.
So I mean, I can't believe his name I just can't remember his name now. You know what I'm talking about? The captain for the American team.
Oh yeah.
Why can't I remember his name? Oh my God, I think I have Alzheimer's.
Goudreau.
No, dude. He plays for Toronto. Matthews.
Yeah.
My God. Oh my God.
Oh
my God. I'm a moron.
You know
I'm
what
an
this is?
moron.
You want to know what this is a result of?
I think it's the bots jumped into my brain.
It's singing that stupid song before the show started. But he had concerts.
He hadn't won anything before this.
Right.
So I mean, you can bust out of it. I think he will.
Although I don't really think he had much impact, though. At least in the final game.
He didn't. And that's the thing. Like, that's why hockey's such a team sport.
Right.
You got to have the right players playing in the right positions, when Canada won the cup, Yzerman played third line checking center.
Right.
It's just like you that's what you have to do. You have to change your game up. And Austin Matthews, he was the guy who was doing the back checking. He didn't score much, but he was playing the whole ice, He didn't have one letdown. He didn't let one guy go by him, And that's in tight games, that's all that matters. And that's what happened here. It was some great hockey, though.
I would say the other thing too, like, and not really wanting to go down a political rant.
Please.
But I did think it was very refreshing to hear Jack Hughes talk about how proud he was to be an American.
I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty refreshing.
He was genuine about it. That's what was good about it.
And he lost a bunch of teeth at the same time.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah. I got him up on the screen.
He got a high stick. He got the 4-minute penalty that USA couldn't do anything about. But that will be an infamous picture for a lifetime.
Yeah.
He'll be signing that picture for the rest of his life.
I don't think it'll be infamous. I think it'll be famous.
Yeah, it will be famous. Infamous means you're famous for something bad. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, we're correcting our linguist here.
That's okay. That's my favorite.
I really think it is.
Well, that's because you check me all the time, and you're wrong all the time. when you check me and Mark agrees, I just say, "Oh, okay, you're right." You are like, "There's no way that's a word. There's no way that's a word." Mark looks it up, and it's the word.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I am
the bomb.
This is where we are. This is where we are.
You got it, Mike Lawrence.
Yeah, they had a dentist on the radio today. Called in and talked about it. Yeah, talked about the pulp and the teeth and I was like, what are we listening to? I mean, the guy's.
Well, he's going to get gold teeth now.
Yeah, probably.
There you go.
With the USA right on top of
why would you do that so quickly? If you're going to keep playing hockey, you're just going to get him knocked back out again.
Oh, what they do is they have them, you can pull them out. That's why you see guys playing without teeth all the time.
Strip. Yeah.
The other thing that's kind of interesting too is on that last sequence when Jack Hughes scored the game-winning goal. If he doesn't, I believe it was also him. It was the one who, flicked the puck out to get out of the zone at the same time, right, on that play?
I believe so.
And if he doesn't do that, it's a 2-on-0.
Yeah.
And Canada probably wins.
I think there would have been a 2-on-1, but yes. Yeah. That's what happens in a 3-on-3.
Right.
It's in a second you're going the other way, and it's 2-on-1 the other way, or 3-on-1 the other way. That's why. Okay, so I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. That's why I wish they didn't do 3-on-3 in the tournament. Yeah. I'm sorry, this isn't a tournament. This is an Olympic This is an Olympic hockey game, right? It's not a tournament, but you think of it as a tournament because of the way everything's set up. And I mean, every team knew going in that if it was going to go in overtime, it was 3-on-3.
Same
so
rules for everybody.
I mean, everybody knew what was going on. So you construct your roster knowing that probably some games are going to go 3-on-3, and Canada won a 3-on-3, right? So and USA won twice in a 3-on-3. I hope that they could at least. I get the timing stuff. Like, you don't want to go too long, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you set up enough time so you could play enough 20-minute period, have a shootout after that, it's going to be a little bit longer, but not that much longer. I would rather see 5-on-5 hockey determine Sid got the golden goal. I think 3-on-3 gets it done quicker, and I think it's actually much more entertaining.
Well,
you're doing it for the entertainment factor. Mostly.
The only thing about it, I would say that 3-on-3 favors the weaker team, because there's an opportunity to get a bounce of the puck and go the other way with an odd man break. Whereas, if it's 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, it favors the better team.
Well, I think it favors the team with the better goalie too.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, when Jack Hughes got that sauce pass from Werenski, he didn't play with it. He just looked. You see, there's the 5-hole and slap right in. He didn't wait. He didn't settle it down or anything. He just went right for it. And that's the big deal. It's a good win for the USA. I personally don't think it's going to do much for the program. I think the USA hockey program's strong right now.
It is, sure.
and it'll just remain strong through this.
I heard some statistics quoted earlier today about participation in some of these hockey leagues, or USA Hockey for men or women, and it's up like 39-40%.
I believe it for women. Yeah, I believe it for women.
It's even up for men. Yeah. I mean, it's like, of course, you had Mark Madden out there saying hockey's never going to be big here, but I don't know. I think it's actually getting popular, not just because, obviously Olympic gold and all the stories surrounding this, they're giving it a big bump.
We'll see.
But I think
NHL, and Mark Madden says this too, and it's absolutely true, that the NHL never gets a bump from this. More people aren't going to watch the NHL now. You know why? Because they'll watch one game on the NHL and they'll be like, "Oh, this isn't as good as Olympic hockey,"
right?
And then they turn it off.
Right, and
there's only one guy for the Olympics in this game.
Yeah. Also, Jack Hughes is going to be in town on Thursday. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So maybe you can get those posters out there, you yinzers, and head down to the arena
there for an autograph.
And get some things signed.
I remember the mantra when he was going to be the #1 pick: "Lose for Hughes."
You know what? I actually remember that too. Believe it or not, I really, really do. All right, USA gold. Hockey.
Congratulations.
Did you think
boys.
that, or did co-pilot?
It was the bots.
Co-pilot is commanding my every word.
Genie.
Or Gemini, either one.
Gemini, right?
Yes, I prefer Gemini, but I use Gemini on this screen, co-pilot on that screen. They're trying out for my conscience. They're trying out for my conscience.
By the way, also too, just to mention,
Mike Lawrence,
the USA women's overtime winner was a phenomenal goal.
That was an unbelievable goal, and the fact that they scored, Hillary Knight scored that tip goal to take them to overtime.
Yeah,
phenomenal. Just absolutely great. That was the first time they beat their captain in a I think her name's Poulin or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was the first time they beat them in a gold medal game. That was really, I thought that was probably a little bit more exciting than the men's, to be honest with you, because the way they came back, the men just kind of held on and relied on their goalie, while the women really fought back and got 2 goals to take it away from Canada.
Yeah,
So, listen,
this doesn't mean that we're a greater country for hockey than Canada. Also, I just need to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Although you have to enjoy every little meme and little reel that comes out suggesting we are.
Yeah. And
it's pretty funny.
I've seen everything from, was it one of you guys that sent me the sweatshirt that said things Canada are better at the USA on in hockey, and then it's scratched out.
Right.
And then you have that.
There's no number 2.
Yeah. And that's it. That was the only thing that was on there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the meme out there of the President Trump out there playing hockey in the USA uniform.
I saw that.
Oh, my God.
That was crazy.
I'm telling you, the internet is undefeated.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it really looks like he's out there playing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little bit.
Hey, no, he's much thinner in the picture.
Well,
What it truly is it's fucking scary, is what it is.
It is very scary.
It is. And
I'm sure the president will be happy to tell you he was actually out.
Yeah, and I scored that goal, that beautiful goal. So, listen, congratulations. I think it's great.
Most amount of gold medals that the USA has ever won in an Olympic, Winter Olympic.
Yes, Alyssa Liu really hit the mark.
Full
people love her.
Yeah. Alyssa Liu nailed it.
Yeah, they love her.
Perfect performance for the golden figure skating.
After not skating for a while. So
she said I wanted to come back.
Yeah,
2.5 years off.
All of her coaches said, or friends, coaches, whatever, were like, it's never been done. It's just not. It's you're not going to do it. And she did it anyway.
She came back with no pressure.
Yeah, she did it anyway.
I thought it was cool that all 3 women who medaled were out there kind of skating around together. I don't know why, but just thought that was a good moment for the Olympic spirit.
Yeah, I think it's all great. And now we're going to move on to something. But I had to. You guys are talking about hockey, and full disclosure, everybody knows that watches the show. I'm not the biggest hockey fan. I think it's a great sport. I wish I could get into it more. I have trouble with it on television. A lot of people do. The hockey games I've been to as a live sport, top notch. I enjoy watching it. Expensive to go down, takes a lot of time. Wish I could see more, but to see the USA win gold again after remembering when we were 10 years old, the excitement back then was like ridiculous. And then just to have that kind of be relived a little bit, I think it's really cool.
46 years to the day, also.
Yeah, it was that's a great story, and you can't deny that at all.
And congrats to Sully.
Yeah.
So
who steered the ship?
Who was actually criticized like crazy for the team he put together.
Well, the GM put the team. Yeah. Billy Guerin, also formerly from Pittsburgh, amongst other places, of course.
Yeah.
He's in Minnesota now. He put together a team, and you can't say it was terrible after these results.
Not now. But in the beginning, I remember listening to he was criticized. Not the best team, not the way they play Olympic hockey, blah blah blah. So congrats, Sully. We loved you while you were here. You're not here anymore. But
by the way, he doesn't get a gold medal. So too bad.
I know that's so dumb.
That is dumb.
It's about the athletes. See, coaches aren't athletes. Take that, Bill Belichick.
Amy May, big Ashley Liu fan.
Yeah. There you go.
Women's ice skating was amazing.
Who's not?
4 years to wait. Sorry, Amy.
We're going to move on here. If you're watching us or listening to us, remember you can grab us on YouTube at the Sports Podcast. Click notifications. You'll know when we're live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Now, while these guys were talking a lot about hockey and I was listening, in the studio, I have up on the screen here, you guys can't see, and I was reading this, and this isn't one of our topics, but I got to tell you, not the NFL, this is the state of things in the NFL right now when it comes to quarterbacks, and I want to have a discussion about that going forward, because this draft is not a great draft for quarterbacks. So this will be something we talk about in the upcoming weeks. But just for right now, notable free agent quarterbacks. This is on the NFL Network. So do you ever remember a year where these are the notable free agent quarterbacks, meaning they should be desired?
Joe Flacco,
Malik Willis, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Daniel Jones, and oh my God, I think he played in the 1960s, Joe Flacco. I mean, this is bad.
Well, I don't think that notable means good. I think notable just means like these are guys that used to be big names.
Let's pretend that Joe Burrow was a free agent. Don't you think he'd be on the notable free agent quarterback list?
No, I think he'd have his own show.
No.
NFL Live.
I don't think you'll ever see him as a free agent.
No, probably not. But I'm just saying,
which is good for the Steelers.
State of things right now, and we're not really talking a lot of Steelers this show. I mean, I'm sure we'll get into a little bit. We're almost going there now. But this is god awful.
Well, it's a bad free agency.
Well, this is
wait a minute. Let me just finish this thought. This leads me down the why not give Will Howard a chance road. Honest to God. I mean, why not?
Because you already have a quarterback.
Well, in who?
The guy in front of them. He's the third quarterback.
Mason Rudolph. Yeah, but they're never gonna start him. Okay, so I'm just saying,
you started it.
When these are the notable free agent quarterbacks out there, I'm thinking, please God, don't sign any one of those. And we already know that 50-50 at least on Aaron Rodgers.
Probably going to sign Rodgers.
Why? Please tell me why.
Because they ain't got nobody else.
I know, that's very true.
That's it.
Because they want to try to win now, and they'll try.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just wanted to bring that up. And
well, they already tried Russell Wilson. That didn't work out too well.
Well, that's the thing. And
there are more.
Could be no. Well, these could be on the move. They're still under contract. Cousins, Tua, Kyler Murray, Geno Smith, Justin Fields, another Steeler.
That? Both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields got ruined in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They can't even stay on a team now.
Yeah. And they left
Pittsburgh, the place where quarterbacks go to die.
Yeah, unfortunately,
that's New York Jets.
It is the Jets, but that's not too far from the truth.
We could be in second place.
We ruined Trubisky. We ruined Kenny. Well, Kenny Pickett was never great. All right, so whatever.
Well, we did. We drafted him too high. So
we move on to the top 5.
Whatever. Well,
let's start. I like the subject coming up.
You want to do the top 5 now, or do you want to do Hockey Jesus?
No. Let's do the top 5.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. The definitive list, the top 5 current Pittsburgh athletes. Who's your number 1? Who's your number 1?
We're going to count.
We're going to start at 5.
I know. Now, Mike Lawrence did say none of those notables are worth it when we were talking about that.
Yeah, absolutely right, Mike.
Yeah. Who? And I'm going to put this comment in the chat. Who are your top 5
current most important Pittsburgh athletes?
Most important to their team.
Mm-hmm. To their team. You guys just stringing this out for me.
All right.
There it goes.
I think Mark should start first because he was the one who asked the question.
Okay, now
number 5.
We're gonna tell fans though that just as we begin here, number 1 and 2 are really easy. We'll see where we all end up with those.
Yeah, we'll see 1 and 2.
5 were quite difficult.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. And I will say it's kind of disappointing. Like it sort of shows where the sports teams are at the moment, that it's really hard to come up with who you should select.
You should be easily come up with 3 right away. 1 for each, sport, right? That should have been easy, but it wasn't.
So my number 5, and it's a flyer at 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going Bubba Chandler.
Bubba Chandler.
That's
a good
number
one.
5.
He walked 4 guys today.
Well, it's a bad outing. but look, last year he was 4-1. And he was at one point in time the top-rated pitching prospect in the major leagues. Mm-hmm. And I think if the Pirates are going to have any kind of success this year, they need more than Paul Skeens. And Bubba Chandler, to me, is the guy who's got the potential to be that guy.
Yep, he was on my honorable mention list.
Yep.
But in my number 5, I went with TJ Watt. And the reason I did was because you have to go with the Steeler. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, as TJ Watt goes, the team goes. And everybody in Pittsburgh loves him. So, it puts fans in the seats. And I just think that what he has done so far just makes him an icon. And therefore, you have to put him on a guy currently very important to his team.
I got to be honest. I just might as well mention it now. I do not have TJ Watt on my list.
He's my 5 for a reason.
Yeah, I mean,
he barely made it.
I mean, I just looked and I just saw 7 sacks last year. And that's not the TJ Watt that I would have at 1 or 2 or 3 on another year.
But I look at
I
look at him and I say, if he can be dominant again, which I doubt he can, but if he could, how much better would that defense have been?
Yep.
That much better.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Chris, who's your number 5?
For you? Who's
my top 5 is
your number 5.
My number 5 is Brian Reynolds.
Okay,
Brian Reynolds.
I considered him. He didn't make my list, but I considered him.
And the reason
I couldn't put 2 Pirates on.
What I did was I did ask co-pilot because I had to do it on the fly because I misunderstood your
because you don't have a thought.
Yeah,
in your brain.
Well,
the definition of an athlete is somebody on the field.
Exactly. I understand that.
Somebody on the court.
Thank you for pointing that out. I'm very, very
okay.
Happy.
So
Brian Reynolds, though, he they had a pretty decent, and we'll get into this later and in the upcoming shows. I think for the Pirates, they had a decent offseason for the Pirates. However, just because you added the players you added in the big ones, there were more than this, and they were pitchers, but these guys, Lau, O'Hearn, Ozuna, just because you added those guys, it's not a lock for your offense to be that much better because these guys, Ozuna had some good years, and O'Hearn and Lau are like above average players, and they're professional hitters. But a guy like Reynolds has to be able to produce with that kind of protection. That will make a big difference. So he is important. He's not the most important. I think that's obvious. So that's why I took Brian Reynolds.
Okay.
I am good. That's science right there.
That was good. That was actually
science. Right
I just couldn't go with 2 Pirates. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. Okay.
I just felt like it was. I looked at Brian Reynolds' numbers, and his numbers actually weren't that bad last year.
Yeah,
they were just bad for what's expected of him.
Right. I guess what it came down to was I just said to myself, like, I can't name a mediocre player as a top 5.
Well, I did in TJ Watt, so there you go.
but this is right. This is Pittsburgh, or it is the Pirates.
All right, let's go to number 4, Mark.
Okay,
number 4.
I'm starting at number 4. Okay,
yeah,
I'll start at number 4 if you want. We can go round robin here.
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 4 is also a Pittsburgh Steeler, JPJ.
Oh,
Joey Porter Jr. I think he's more important than Watt because he's the only guy in the defensive backfield who has a chance of being a shutdown corner for the foreseeable future. He could be a stalwart back there for the next 3 to 5 years. And if he does, that's going to mean big things for this defense. They're not going to have to try and go and get another corner, although I think they should. It's not a must-need position. They always seem like they're looking for it. With him and his draft pick and his status, I think he's got the ability to do it. That's why I put him at number 4. Joey Porter Jr.
Interesting. And the reason why that is so interesting, Steve, you wouldn't believe it, but I have turned over a new number 4.
Oh, welcome to the team, Mark.
I'll tell you what, I was still very down and skeptical, probably maybe through like midway of the season. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Second half of the season, I feel like he really turned it on. He kind of grew into his position. He became smarter with how he, learned basically when you can pull and tug and when you can't.
I think Ramsey helped, honestly.
I think he did. And look, when I looked at some of the, like some of the next gen stats and some of the, Pro Football Focus stats, it's like it's pretty much JPJ and Quinyon Mitchell are like 1 and 2 in like every category.
Yeah.
So
good.
I think he's there. And I think he's important because TJ Watt, I don't know how much he's got left for you, but Joey Porter is right in the prime of his career. He's young, and he can be that shutdown corner that can lead you for like the next 8-10 years.
That's the way I feel about it.
Yep.
If he does, he's most valuable guy on the team.
Yep.
All right, Chris, number 4.
So this is gonna. I don't know if this guy's gonna end up number 3 for you guys or not. I don't know if he would even be on your list.
Well, number 4.
I know. I mean, higher than this because you've done your number 4s.
No, I can tell you he won't be.
Yeah,
for me.
Because you've already seen what I put.
No, I didn't. But I promise
you trust in my lack of intelligence or anything behind.
No. I bet this is going to be a solid pick.
Who is your number 4?
My number 4 is Broderick Jones.
What's wrong with you?
I knew you would say
what the hell is you think he might not even make the team?
The point. Here's the point.
God.
Here's the point.
It's
Broderick Jones. No, Broderick Jones.
You wanted this to be controversial.
Yeah, this is a terrible pick.
This is
not a Sports Porch endorsed pick.
Come on. I am 1/3. Okay.
The backup was so good, they basically feel like Broderick Jones has to win the job back.
Okay.
How can he be the most important to his team?
Because if Broderick Jones is healthy and can play and protect Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be a much different scenario. It just is. And that's what they want him for. I don't think the guy that filled in for him is anywhere near as good or has the potential to be as good as him. And when you're talking about importance, look, Brian Reynolds had a bad year last year. You guys didn't really disagree with me that, he's important. He's the number 5 most important athlete to his team in this city because he has to have a better year. Broderick Jones has to be the Broderick Jones that they wanted when they drafted, or there's going to be issues at left tackle. I don't care what anybody says. That's why he is number 4 on my list.
I think
he's not up near the top.
I think Amy sums up how Steve and I are feeling.
No.
I am replacing Chris next week. Chris
Amy, you are
so
not
wrong about Jones.
You do not get to replace me. Okay, I am irreplaceable.
Well, that's true.
I don't know. With this pick, we have to think about.
Okay, well, whatever the hell
we might think about a top 5 list in a while. For a while,
whatever. You guys, come on, have fun. Have a little fun.
Well, Chris gets to start us off with number 3 too. Yeah. So this should be a whiz bang.
Yeah, let's just go back to back. Who on earth is going to be? Who is going to be number 3? God, God only knows. Maybe I mean,
who do you think it could be? I'm pulling it up right now. Okay.
Let's see. So you've got a baseball guy, a football guy.
Mount Washington.
No, it's going to be
Absolutely
a hockey
not.
guy.
No, it's O'Neal Cruz.
Oh,
my God!
You're putting 3 Pirates on this list?
I know.
200.
Yes, I know.
200.
No,
they had to get 3 guys so they could hide him at the bottom of the lineup.
Okay, so let's talk about what Cruz has needed for his entire career here. Better hitters. He has better hitters. It's extremely important that it's not important. This is going to sound funny. It's not important that Ozuna and Lau and O'Hearn have great years. It's important that they continue to play the way they've played through most of their career. So they've got a status quo that's above anything the Pirates have had before. So what's more important is that guys like Reynolds and Cruz, who were supposed to be the staple of this rebuild, not so much Reynolds, he's a little older. It's much more important that a guy like Cruz stepping into that lineup has the kind of year that they keep saying he's capable of having. That's important. He's a very important piece of this team this year. Name another Pirate other than Skeens, because we know Skeens is going to be number 1 or number 2 on your list, depending upon what you think. But name another Pirate who's been here besides Reynolds or Cruz that mean shit to this team. Honestly,
I couldn't. That's why I didn't have another Pirate.
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. Go ahead.
you guys, you just go ahead and go with, what was that, number 3?
Number 3. Mark, who do you got number 3?
Schwaber, give me your number 3.
Oh my God. I mean, like, do you realize, like, the way you're creating your team, you're like fielding a worse place team. That's what you're doing. Okay. Now, my number 3, look, I had to, it wasn't easy to arrive at this. But the way that I'm sort of looking at it is, you've got the Steelers, who are a playoff team. You've got the Penguins, who are on pace to be a playoff team this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of looked at it, and I will tell you what, I was very tempted to pick Evgeny Malkin.
Me too.
Very tempted. But, the guy's better than a point per game player.
Still, yeah.
Still, at the same time, I feel like he makes so many mistakes, puts the other team on the power play so often.
Yeah.
I just ended the injury issues.
Yeah.
I couldn't put him on there.
Well, and I agree with you, because I didn't put Malkin on the list either, mostly because I think you could replace him with somebody who'd be almost as good.
Right. So you know what I went with? I went with, to me anyway, who I consider to be the next best offensive player on the Penguins, and I went with Brian Rust.
Oh, wow. That's surprising.
Yeah. He's had some good career stats, too. He's been over a point per game player a couple years.
Yeah, that first line runs well when he's in. When he's out, Sid struggles to score.
Yeah. So, I think you need him to make the playoffs, playing at a high level.
That's a really good pick. I really like that pick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't go there. And I'll tell you what, here's my thought process. I didn't want to be a homer and take another hockey player because everybody expects me to take another hockey player.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked in all of Pittsburgh and I said, who would be somebody obscure that nobody would know, but yet they're still most valuable to their team? And you know where I ended up? I ended up at the University of Pittsburgh. And why did I end up there?
Come on.
Why did I end up there?
Come on.
Because
now you're sounding like me.
I just wanted to go off the grid.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something different. So you know where I went? The best Pitt team has. You know who it is? The women's volleyball team.
That is true. Of course you did. That is true.
And do you know who is the best player on that team? You do now, because it's Olivia Babcock. She is phenomenal. Let me just tell you, I know nobody cares about volleyball, but we're talking about a list.
We do now.
We're talking about a list of somebody who plays at a very high level on a team that is a national championship caliber, right? Mm-hmm. They made it to the semifinals like 3 years in a row, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. And here are her statistics. She has won AVCA Player of the Year. Now, you'll say, what the hell is AVCA? Let me tell you. It's the American Volleyball Coaches Association's Player of the Year. It's basically the Heisman of volleyball, right? So she has won it not once, but she's won it twice in a row. And that's never happened before,
that's
ever.
Pretty good.
So you got that. She's not only that, she's won Freshman of the Year. She's a right side hitter, by the way. So that means she slams balls down other girls' throats. She leads the NCAAs in blocks and kills, and she's one of the best players of all time. Now, the only thing she doesn't have is a national championship.
Yes,
so
I will tell you this: she
is more decorated.
They've gotten close.
She's got much better numbers than O'Neal Cruz. I'll tell you that.
It's a different sport. Sport.
She had 41 kills in one game.
Yeah, 41 kills in one game is a little better than hitting 200.
So you know what? I wasn't going to put somebody here that was obscure just because to be obscure.
I think that was an interesting
She
pick.
is dominant in her field.
Give her
and
a bat.
She has more accolades than Tony Dorsett at the University of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Listen, I'm not
Olivia Babcock.
Okay.
If you don't know who she is, you do now.
I'm not gonna debate over how good she is, because I've heard about her on sports radio. They talk about it on the Fan all the time, Pitt volleyball, and that's awesome. It's great. I just thought we were sticking to the professional teams. I did mess up the athlete thing.
Pittsburgh athlete.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a Pittsburgh athlete.
Yep. Got to take you all liberal.
I mean, if we had a starting point guard at the University of Pittsburgh, and Pitt was going to the semifinals every year,
right,
and he was dominant, that's who you would name.
Mm-hmm.
So just because they only get 2,000 people there like twice a year to watch these games doesn't mean she's not most valuable.
Gran Schwabini, number 2.
Number 2 for me is Paul Skeens.
Oh, me too.
So, look, I mean, he's obviously a Cy Young Award winner. He has never been bad.
He hasn't. He's never been
not
bad.
Yet.
Maybe one bad outing once.
He's had 2 great seasons. And if the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to make a wild card appearance anytime soon, he's going to have to be a big part of it. The bottom line is they need him not only to win a Cy Young, but probably to approach, 20 wins. I mean, 20 wins is a lot harder now than it is back in the day, but maybe like to sort of, go with today's time period, 15 to 18. He gives you something like that, and they might be in the hunt.
All righty.
I mean, there's really not much I can add to Paul Skeens. He's rejuvenized the team to the point where they're actually spending money this year. That's surprising. Mm-hmm. And if he can, last week we were talking about his arbitration years. We were actually wrong. And next year he's probably only going to get like $15 million. I looked this up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Next year he's probably only get $15 million, and he can have as many as 3 arbitration years before he actually is out.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the next arbitration year, it looks like he'd probably get like 20 or 25 million. And then the third arbitration year,
that's when
he
it
could
goes
get
through
30,
the roof.
Yeah, 30, 35. That's what they're projecting.
Okay.
So, I mean, that being said, Paul Skeens is so important. We're already talking about, them trying to keep him at a salary level that would be ridiculous for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that's why I think he's, the number 2. He's got to be the most valuable. Without him, you're not even talking about a 500 team.
Exactly.
You're barely even talking about the Pirates at all. But with him, they're spending money. They're becoming a little bit more relevant, and we'll see what happens. I'm skeptical still, but I don't want to be a downer before the first pitch is out at PNC Park. Let's let Skeens roll.
Okay.
Number 2.
Number 2 for HJ, Paul Skeens. You too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I actually have Sidney Crosby as number 2.
You don't have him as number 1?
No.
So you're saying that you prefer all of the championships that Paul Skeens has won compared to
you're
Sidney
saying
Crosby.
as most important to his team right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I took from this.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Well, I think there's a better chance that Sidney Crosby gets the Penguins into the playoffs than Paul Skeens gets the Pirates into the playoffs.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He didn't get his team to the playoffs last year or the year before.
3 years, actually.
Yeah, or the year before that.
Well, but he also got them in for like 16 years straight.
Yeah, I know.
It was a record. Yeah.
That's
a record amount of years before that.
Okay. Listen, man. First of all,
it's okay.
If you're going to rip
2.
every single one of my picks and tell me how wrong I am,
no, we want to hear your reason for number 2.
It's the truth.
I mean,
we just want to hear your reason why he's less valuable to his team than Skeens is to the Pirates.
Yes,
that's all.
Look, Crosby is valuable to the Penguins, but. At this point, we're not sure how this injury is going to affect the rest of the year. However, nobody thought that the Penguins would be where they are right now with Crosby or without Crosby. They basically assumed that this was a kind of a tear down rebuild type of situation because Dubas is going with a lot of these younger players, some who haven't really played in the NHL. And then he makes a trade for a goaltender who we thought was kind of an even deal with Jari, just overall, even though Skinner has finals experience, but
2 years in a row.
Right. So, is Crosby important? Yes. Will they make the playoffs? Who knows? Skeens, on the other hand, the last 2.5 years, just like you said, is the reason the Pirates are in a position where, first of all, they're spending a little more money. They over the last couple years with Skeens, they finished last in their division, but it wasn't like they won 50 games and they were the A's. They're literally a couple bats away with Skeens from turning this franchise around. And if you're correct about the arbitration numbers,
right,
they keep him at $15 million.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. They'll keep him at $15
That's a fucking
million.
bargain.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe even the next year, especially if they make the playoffs. Now, then the question becomes...
Well, we'll see if Skeens wants to come back at that.
That's true. But then the question becomes...
That's the deal.
Let's assume they come to an agreement.
But it's smart for the Pirates. I'm sorry. It's smart for the Pirates because then they can say, well, Skeens left. He's the villain here.
Well, right, of course. But let's assume they come to an agreement. Then the question becomes, are they going to be able to continue to spend enough money from the bat side of things, from the offensive side of things? That's a big question mark.
Well, they can spend as much as they want. There's no salary cap.
That's true. Not right now. And that's true. So yeah, Crosby is definitely, I would put them pretty close to each other.
Yeah, I would. Those two are at the top.
I'm going Crosby, Skeens.
Olivia Babcock.
That's me. Okay.
You mean then Crosby 2 and then Skeens 1.
Right.
Interesting.
Right. I'm going Crosby 2, Skeens 1. And as far as I'm concerned, and then you guys can tell me are we doing your 2s?
Well, we both have Sid.
Right.
But maybe for different reasons.
Okay. So, and really right now, other than I know Penguins fans are going to hate me for this, but other than the fact that the Penguins, and let's take the Crosby, that he's banged up situation out of this, other than the fact that the Penguins are still very relevant as far as in the playoff hunt, really not much was expected from the Penguins. There wasn't a whole lot of excitement around them this year, the way there is around the Pirates now. Like look, we didn't go out and make a trade for Shohei or sign, Pete Alonso like the Orioles did, or, we didn't do anything earth shattering, but it's been quite a while since you've had this kind of like, oh yeah, we know who these guys are that we got, and they have a track record of playing good baseball. It's been quite a while, which makes this Pirates season one that could be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be groundbreaking. I don't know if it's going to be a miracle on the mound, or on the diamond, but it's an interesting time for the Pirates. And I think that bears some attention at this point right now. Only bad thing about it is that Donnie Kelly is the manager. I'm sorry, Donnie. He's a Pittsburgh guy. Here we go. McCarthy, Donnie Kelly. Who else are we going to get from Pittsburgh? I know all teams do it. Do the Eagles have a guy from Philly somewhere on the coaching staff? Probably.
Dom.
Well, you may not know, but I bet they do. I bet the Phillies have a guy somewhere in the organization.
I'm sure
that it's because of his ties.
Well, it's different if it's the head coach.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's a totally different thing. You should be looking for the best, not the guy next door.
Right.
So anyway, we'll let that season play out. We'll have more about that. Now, speaking of, you guys were saying Crosby. Do we need to expand on that?
Well,
yeah, I think we do.
Sure.
We're at 53 minutes already.
We're good.
Well, first,
all right, we're having fun. We're having fun.
First of all, he's still playing at an extremely elite level.
Yeah, definitely.
The amount of goals he's scoring is unbelievable. And the bottom line is, of any Pittsburgh athlete, he is the one that you can count on the most. He will show up in the big games. He will show up in the not big games. He always shows up. Whereas, look, I love Paul Skeens. I think he's great. but you got to, first of all, it's only 1.5 years. So he's got to do it for a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. Sid is just completely proven. And I would say that, granted, the new coach and the new structure and bringing up the young kids has helped the Penguins.
For sure.
But I also think that, these results don't happen without Sid's offensive abilities and probably, what he brings off the ice as well.
I agree with all that. The only thing that I would add is what he's doing now is historic. Every time he goes out there, he's breaking records. He's moving up the charts. So not only what he's going to do the next 3 or 4 years is going to put him up there even at the most elite level ever in the NHL. That's why he's still relevant with the team too, because every record he creates, they're probably never going to be duplicated ever again. So he is at the pinnacle of his success, even though he's already won 3 cups, and he's so demure about it. Is that the right word?
I'm not going down this road any longer.
Demure.
He's just very humble. I mean, the guy is just incredibly off the ice is just an incredible person. And I think for those reasons, you got to put him at number 1.
Okay. I mean, I can live with that. I'm not, like I said, they were very close for me, but I'm kind of looking at what is becoming relevant and what is more exciting. And just the mere thought, honestly, and I was listening today to some highlights. We're going to talk about the Pirates here in a minute. Some of the spring training highlights. And
would you like to know the demure meaning?
Sure.
I'm gonna give Steve a 5 out of 10. At first he nails it, but then he really doesn't. Mm-hmm. So demure, reserved, modest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right on the mark.
Yep, definitely.
But then it says parentheses, typically used of a woman.
Well, you know what?
That's 50-50 there.
I don't think Sid really cares.
I don't think Sid identifies as a woman.
He appreciates
that. No, he doesn't.
Although they do call him Sidney Crosby in Philadelphia.
Cindy Crosby.
Cindy. That's
yes,
nice.
Yes.
That's nice of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could be worse.
Well, that's why he scores all the points.
Yeah.
He gets back on the ice.
I don't even remember what the hell we were going to talk about.
You know what?
You were heading into the Pirates.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So, yeah, well, what I was saying is that just repeating myself, the Pirates, it's finally an exciting time for the Pirates. And listening to some of the highlights today, they played the Yankees in spring training. And hearing, the call of Marcell Ozuna punching a ball through the right side of the infield, scoring O'Neal Cruz. It was kind of like, okay, I heard a real name. Okay. Right. I heard a fucking baseball player. Right. Pardon my French, instead of, G1 Bay grounds to second base. Who the hell is G1 Bay? I mean, we all know, but it made me a little excited. Then, of course, they got to the part where Bubba Chandler walked 4 guys walked a run in. Look, spring training is spring training. It's where these guys, they try out different pitches. They work with their mechanics on both sides, the hitters, their stances, their weight balance, all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't really matter. But the interesting thing about the Pirates this year is that they did add these bats, and everybody wants to talk about Konnor Griffin. Everybody wants to talk about him. The Bucks are down in Bradenton. Konnor Griffin is a 19-year-old phenom. His stats in the minor leagues are not bad. I had him pulled up here.
They're good, right?
And
330 or something.
Yeah. He had 21 home runs. He played in 122 games. Let me see if I can get.
We all know he hits good in batting practice.
Yeah, he hits well. Yeah, he crushes the ball. In batting practice. So
so far on the spring, he's 0 for 5.
He's 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. That's exactly right. He's one of only 5 teenagers to ever hit 20 home runs and steal 40 bases. He has 65 stolen bases in 122 games.
I heard. I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, I say, bring him up. You know, I mean, honestly, it looks like he tears the hell out of pitching, you know, in the minor leagues, single A, double A. I know the argument for AAA is not the major leagues and Henry Davis and all that, but there's something about this kid that says it's worth a shot. And now the contract implications, and he's a rookie. He would be a rookie if they don't do it. I get it.
Lose a year of control,
right?
So, and here's the thing. So essentially, the 0 for 5 actually does matter, because the only chance that he's going to have of making the team out of spring training is he's got to hit the cover off the ball. If he does that, then he could make the team. You know, if he hits, you know, 320 and above, you know, 4 or 5 home runs, bunch of RBIs, plays flawlessly in the field, he could make it out of camp. But if he doesn't do that, then they're going to throw him right back into the let's keep one more year of control on him.
Yeah, I hope they give him a stint, but if they don't, I'm not going to lose my mind.
Yeah,
he's still young.
It's tough. You want to see what I desperately want to see this year, other than, you know, an entertaining baseball game, you know, like everybody could get a hit maybe, is I also want to see like a little redemption for this Henry Davis debacle, this Endy Rodriguez debacle.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be any redemption from those guys. I
see what you're saying.
I know Endy hit a...
God bless you.
I had to sneeze. I apologize. I know Endy hit a home run, you know, the other day or something, but I want that excitement. I think it would be really exciting. You know, that's not really a technical look at how it can happen, but how could you not? How could you not? So I don't know what spring is going to bring. I just hope it doesn't bring any injury. That's all it is. Because spring training is just a warm-up time, and their record doesn't matter. I am worried about Bubba Chandler at this point, but it's early. I just hope that we go into the season and they look good. I mean, you know, it's actually hard to even talk about them, because it's kind of like, at least last year and the year before, it was like, here we go again, another shitty lineup. What are they going to do? This year, it's kind of like, okay, they got a couple players. What's it going to look like? I mean, everybody's talking about the batting order again. You know, and
actual baseball things.
Yeah. But you've got actual baseball players.
Right.
You know,
before it didn't matter if you put that guy in the 6th, 7th, or 8th position, they were going to suck anyway.
That's exactly right. Yeah, now it's like, okay, let's see what what is the opening. For me, it's like, what does the opening day lineup look like when they put the lineup card out there,
right? And
that's the lineup. If it makes sense to me. For the most part, obviously you could disagree on 6 or 7 or whatever, but if your top 5 are pretty much like, yeah, that makes sense, then it's like, okay, let's see them do that tomorrow's game and the next game and the next game.
Right.
And then you have a platoon somewhere, and then the next game. And then maybe if shit doesn't work for like a month and a half, okay, now it will shake some things up, you know, but this whole spring training thing is just, it's actually kind of torture, to be honest with you.
Well, one more thing with the Pirates before we leave them. We have to say rest in peace, Bill Mazeroski.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hit the greatest home run ever as a Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah.
I don't think you can ever top that.
No, you can't.
And
I mean, unless
O'Neill Cruz does it this year against the Yankees.
Yeah, you got to hit another walk-off World Series home run.
So, yeah, unbelievable guy. He deserves everything everybody says about him, and he's no longer with us.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about Mazeroski is that none of us were alive for that.
Right.
Yet, living here for the last 33 years, you know, you born and raised here, adopting this as your hometown, you know, was there a moment in Pittsburgh sports other than the Immaculate Reception that has been talked about to this day more than that home run? Maybe one of the goals in the Stanley Cup.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, by the everybody everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Like in
what about
baseball lore.
What about,
it's got to be one of the best of all time.
Yeah. The James Harrison return.
is big,
but also a Pittsburgh moment.
Yeah,
also a Pittsburgh moment.
The tackle is a moment.
It's a moment, but it was.
No, you're right. These are all moments.
But here's the thing: it wasn't Maz's home run was to win the World Series.
Right.
Joe Carter hit one to win Game 6
against the Yankees, who like outscored him like 25-4 or something.
Like that. Yeah, and
that's off. But that's what I mean.
No, it's like they won the game like 11-10 on that or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you can't top that. I don't think you can top that of all time.
No, but the thing is,
because it was such an upset too.
Yeah, going back to where we weren't on the planet yet. We were somewhere, the aliens and the bots were prepping our bodies.
Baseball was still probably at the height of its popularity at that time.
Yeah, right. So, but not having been born for that and having that happen literally a decade before we were born, it's like
and still
even living in New York, I heard about the Mazeroski home run. I'm sure you did living in Philadelphia when somebody would talk. I mean, that to me is an amazing iconic moment.
Yeah.
And even the Immaculate Reception wasn't in a Super Bowl. It was in a playoff game.
It was the first playoff game the Steelers ever won.
Championship game.
They lost the next week to the Dolphins.
Yeah. You know what? I think from now on, when somebody asks me, I think I'm going to change my mind. I think the biggest moment in Pittsburgh sports history is Bill Mazeroski's home run.
Oh, I would say that.
I would put, you wouldn't? Or you would?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I would put the Immaculate Reception. I would actually put the Immaculate Reception second over the James Harrison touchdown. Only because.
What about the Roethlisberger to Santonio Holmes?
Nah. I mean, that was great, but
it was great. But the thing about the Immaculate Reception, that was the first win and it sparked the dynasty.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it sparked the dynasty. That's why. That was like the moment.
if you look at what happened after that, then it's like wow.
It's like the Tuck rule.
Yeah. It was like what if the Steelers done since that catch from Santonio Holmes?
Not much.
Yeah.
Well, they made it back to one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, right.
So it didn't spark any.
That like turned the whole thing around.
And not that the Maz the Maz thing sparked the Pirates to be a great franchise, but it did put them up there as far as upsets of all time.
They won a few more World Series after that. They won World Series in 70, 71, and 79.
It's like NC State beating Houston.
Yeah. 70, 71, and 70.
For those of you from 1980,
Schwab, you gotta stop shaking. Your whole computer shaking, my microphone shaking.
No, we're experiencing an earthquake. We're experiencing an earthquake here.
Good God.
Relax.
All right. So rest in peace.
So
Bill
all right.
Mazeroski.
So real quickly, what's the deal with Sidney Crosby's health?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows?
I mean, that's the easy statement because nobody does know. What can you speculate from it? The fact that he said he was close, the fact that people speculate he probably could have played, and the fact that he's walking around without crutches and he's talking and he seems upbeat about things leads me to believe that it's still very sore and he still needs some rest. The question is, how much rest? And we won't know that until Sid tells us, honestly. And that's what's going to be frustrating about this. You're going to say, okay, well, is he playing tonight? Nope, not playing tonight. Okay. Is he playing tonight? Nope, not playing tonight. That's the problem with this. But it's going to be a game time decision every time. I can tell you that they brought up Avery Hayes from Wilkes-Barre. So they're thinking it's probably going to be at least Thursday night. To bring him up.
I was thinking they might just be careful and keep him out like 2 weeks.
I think as long as he's feeling sore, if it's sore and he can't play at 100%, don't play him until you absolutely have to. And then even I don't even believe you need to. Then look, they're trending for 101 points on the season. That's easily a playoff spot, and they just came off of 7 out of their last 9 they won. So I think they're in okay shape. Initially, they play against the Devils, the Rangers, then the Knights, Las Vegas Knights, Boston, and Buffalo. I would say if he's back in time for the Boston game, March 3rd, I'd be okay with him missing the next 3. Because those, I think they could probably win 1 or 2 of those. They should beat the Devils and they should beat the Rangers, no problem. They would probably lose to Las Vegas no matter what, but maybe not. So that keeps them in the mix, right? So that's what I'm looking at. But after that is the trade deadline. They got murderers row. They play Philly, they play Boston, they play Carolina 3 times, they play Colorado twice, and they have to play at Las Vegas, at Utah, Dallas, Detroit, Florida twice, Washington twice. They got a rough schedule. So I would rather see them rest to make a run at that. And they're going to play 17 games in 31 days in March. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have one stretch where they're not playing for 2 days in the whole month. So
that's like a tremendous amount of back-to-back.
I'm going to be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking forward to it. Hockey Jesus on the porch.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot of one after the other. You know, one day off, on, off, on, off, on.
He preaches after every single Penguins game, so you can subscribe there at the Sports Porch Podcast. You can grab our podcast, right after the show. Drop it on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get your podcasts. Hockey Jesus preaches after every single Penguins game. All right, boys. What are we watching?
We made it to that time.
What are we watching? Grand Schwabini, you want to take it?
Sure, will do. You're all feeling the dead zone. Well, thankfully, the Penguins are coming back to us. There's some spring training ball on, but, you turn that on, you don't know who half the guys are out there. So what do you got to do? You got to turn to something else. You got to turn to your streaming services, and there's lots of them.
Lots out there.
Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV Plus, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC, Showtime, HBO Max. It goes on and on and on and on, and you never know what to watch. There's so many choices. There's so many choices. So what do? We take care of that for you. You don't have to watch any trailers.
Nope.
Don't watch any. Just listen to the boys of the Sports Porch. We will tell you what we like. 2 thumbs up means it's a lock. Just say, we're watching this. If it's 2 thumbs down, that means it's a lock the other way. Run.
It's an unlock.
And the bottom line is that this is our way to give back to you. We love you.
There you go.
Listen and get better.
All right. That's enough of that. HJ.
Oh, I get to go first.
HJ.
I'm so honored.
You are watching.
I watched Freebird. Now, this is I think it was only 6 episodes, TV, it's on Netflix.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you can see the picture, basically it's this guy, Bert Kreschner, I believe this is his name.
He's a comedian.
He's a comedian, right?
Does he do the show with no shirt on?
So he's pictured without a shirt on.
Because he always does his shows without his shirt.
That's his shtick, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
gross.
In this one, so some of this is like from his real life, and some of it's like made up stuff. So you don't know which is which. It seems like there's a lot of made up stuff. Let me just say that, okay? But yeah, he doesn't wear a shirt. He's got a bigger belly than me, which is saying something. And it's his thing. It's his brand. And so what happens in this is he takes his shtick, which is pretty rude and crude, and his whole family is the same way. Like the kids swear, the wife swears, everybody swears at each other, and it's perfectly fine in his household. Well, not so fine at the school. And there are a lot of snobby people at Beverly Hills High or whatever the high school is. So he gets into a little bit of trouble, let's just say that. So some people don't find him wearing a shirt a good thing. There's a psychologist that gets involved, and there are a bunch of shenanigans. Here's my thought on the show. I'm giving it a thumbs down.
Oh,
okay. The first 2 episodes, I laughed out loud. Hilariously funny. It should have ended then.
Okay.
Because you get to the 3rd episode and it's more of the same. He's like changing himself. He starts putting on a shirt. Everything that you think would happen happens. But some of the stuff that he does with the guys, and if you want to watch it, I go ahead and watch it. But some of the stuff that he does with the guys is absolutely ridiculous, because there's a group of men, right? He becomes friends with, and the stuff that they do is off the charts. Just, I can't believe any of it.
Okay.
But you might. So if you want to find out what those things are, I say watch it. but be prepared to be disappointed at the end. I can tell you there's going to be a second one because there was a cliffhanger at the end. So there will be a second one. So you may be committing yourself more than you wish you could. But Freebird, to me, gets 2 thumbs down.
Okay, Freebird, HJ on Netflix, 2 thumbs down. The Grand Schwabini. You're already on season 4 of this.
Season 4 done.
Lincoln Lawyer, huh?
Yeah, it just came out like about a week ago. So we went through it real fast. Have any of you guys watched this?
No.
No, I saw the movie, the McConaughey movie.
Oh, okay. So you haven't seen the show.
I think I watched maybe season 1, first couple episodes. Don't know why I stopped.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know what I would say, and it's already coming back for a 5th season. I think this is the best way to describe it. It's very similar for the law as like Bosch is to cops. It's kind of like that's kind of what I call it. Like this is basically like watching Bosch, but it's through the eyes of a lawyer.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it's really good. You know, every season's been good. They actually probably get better every season, which is kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just Mickey Haller is the guy who's the lead guy in the show, and he's just one of those lawyers that is really smart and he takes a lot of chances, and of course, generally speaking, what's happening is they're doing all kinds of work behind the scenes to actually figure out who's the murderer and stuff like that. Right. You know what I mean? Not sure that all lawyers do that, but he's got his private detective, Cisco, who works for him, and Cisco's always getting into jams and helping him to get out of things. And they make it kind of funny in that he has 2 ex-wives, and one of them works with him as an attorney, and the other one is Nev Campbell, actually.
Oh yeah.
And she does a pretty good job. So it's look, it's kind of like it's easy to watch. It's always entertaining. Usually when you get into the seasons, you get to about like the 4th or the 5th out of about like 10, and then you're just really wanting to watch the next one, watch the next one, watch the next one. You know what I mean? Same kind of thing. Like, like you're always thinking to yourself, like, how are they going to get out of this one? That's kind of like what it is, but it's highly entertaining, and obviously people love it. So it's coming back again. This will probably run about 7-8 seasons, I would bet. So, good to watch. Just, highly recommend it. 2 thumbs up. Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix.
2 thumbs up from Mark Schwab, the Grand Schwabini. Now, there is somebody in our chat, and I'm not going to say their handle out loud.
It's Lou. Just call him Lou.
It's Lou. But I would encourage Lou. Listen, man, thanks for being here. You're really funny. I think your name's hilarious.
We love it.
Just out of respect for, I don't know, the general well-being of everybody in the room and the audience, I'm just not going to say the name out loud.
If you want to, just go and look at it on YouTube.
I do think it's kind of funny.
It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it actually reminds me of. You know what I'm going to be talking about?
I have a feeling I know what you're going to be talking about.
We used to play the trivia games at Kangaroos in Pittsburgh. It was a bar north of Pittsburgh, and the bar trivia, you type your name in.
Everybody puts one in.
I'm just gonna spell it. Okay, They wouldn't let us spell it the way you would normally spell it, but every time I went to play there with Hamrock or him or Chuck before you were living here, our name was CLYYT.
Yep.
And when we would win, it would say the winner is in every TV in the bar, CLYYT. Just flash it up there.
Boy,
we would laugh so hard.
We were so stupid.
We would laugh. Great memories. Great memories, guys.
Yeah. Lou's having fun at the expense of Canada in the chat.
Yeah. Are you making fun of my name?
And it's good, Lou. We should be able to brag about this, and why not? Go for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're saying, do you know how much trauma I have from grade school about this? Yeah, right. Right.
I bet, Lou, I bet you were bullied as a kid.
Yeah, if that really is your
with the name like that, Lou, you definitely got bullied.
And why add those 4 numbers then? Nobody names their kid
That's
numbers.
probably a zip code.
He was born in 1969.
Oh, okay. So, and he had to say it twice?
Sure.
At the end of that name?
Sure.
Okay.
I just feel like you saying C. Klein 7070.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay, guys, I am watching, or I have watched, Monarch: Legacy of Monsters on Apple TV. Now, the reason I'm bringing this back right now, because I actually did do this, I think, a couple years ago when I watched it first.
Yep.
The next season is coming out on Friday.
Oh.
I wasn't sure there was going to be another season for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. I saw that they were putting that back out.
What I think is really interesting is Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell star in it. They play each other they play Kurt's character at a younger age.
I guess Wyatt Russell's his son. Is that right? I have no idea who that is. Wyatt Russell.
I'm pretty sure. Look it up. Can you look that up?
Yeah, I will. I'll look it up.
So anyway, now here's the thing. Monarch: Legacy of Monsters is kind of like, it's like the modern day Godzilla, but it also is Godzilla. It's kind of
his parent is Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Kurt
and Goldie
Russell.
Hawn.
So
there you go.
So you know,
he looks like it.
If you're into like the monster movies, like the old Godzillas, or even the new ones that Jack Black was in Kong and all that stuff,
Cloverfield.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I think that I love the stories. I thought they were cool, but I couldn't get into the movies because the effects weren't great and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Apple has done, or whoever's producing this for Apple, they have done a fantastic job.
Yeah, I thought so.
Of taking these stories, these monster stories, and also developing like backstory and relationships with the characters. It's more than just like sci-fi. There's, some relationships, some love interests, some this, and it's very, I don't know, it's very compelling and it's really good. Yeah. So I got really excited.
And how the monsters actually came about.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a whole backstory.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I
thought season 1 was good. What is this? Season 3?
Season 2.
Oh, season 2. So,
okay.
I'll probably check it out.
Long awaited season 2. There you have it. Looks like Lou's got a lot of things to say here about his name. Who is also I don't know, man.
I think he's ready at the border. I think he's ready to take over Canada.
I don't know. All I know is
just subscribe, Lou.
just hit that subscribe button, Lou. We'll be back next Monday at 7 p.m.
Yes. And you know what? That being said, I think it's time. So, hey, listen, thanks for watching the Sports Porch podcast, Black and Gold edition. Thanks for listening to the podcast itself. Hit that subscribe button at the Sports Porch podcast on YouTube. Click follow on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. For the Grand Schwabini across from me in the basement studios in Monroeville, for Hockey Jesus, I don't know which side to point at anymore. I'm your technical director. We'll see you next week, guys. I am out.
See you next week.
Gerbil.